Konnichiwa minasan, Nihongo no gakusei desu. Today's lesson is about the Japanese word order in sentences. As you can see, in English, sentences have certain word arrangements that must be followed for them to be understood clearly and precisely. For example, as you see here, the common word arrangement is subject, verb, object, and of course, if we can add the place. I study Japanese at the library. I study Japanese at the library. You can arrange it like this. Japanese I study at the library. But without context, it would seem too awkward to speak. Japanese I study at the library. Okay. For English speakers, this kind of sentence structure would raise eyebrows. Or this kind of sentence structure. This is so awkward, nobody uses it. Okay? Subject, place, object, verb. That is not how word arrangement works in English. But in Japanese sentences are fairly flexible in the arrangement of elements that appear in them. Generally, sentences are made up of several long particle sequences, followed by verb or adjective. One example is this, a basic sentence pattern in Japanese. So here, first, the topic, watashi wa. Watashi, and then wa, the topic particle. The Nihongo, direct object, and then o, the direct object particle, and at the end of the sentence, benkyou shimasu, study, verb. So here in Japanese, the verb is written at the end of the sentence. But you can rearrange the topic and the direct object and retain the verb at the end of the sentence, and you will get the same idea. You will arrive at the same translation. You will be understood clearly by any Japanese speaker, for as long as the right particle is attached to the word. Take note of that, because if you put the wrong article near the word, it may sound different, or it will sound other than what you want it to sound. The thought will not be there. Okay, so we have here another sentence. Basic sentence. So, watashi wa, topic, then topic particle. Gozen kuji ni, time reference. Attached with it is the ni particle, and then the direct object particle. Chushaku wo. Chushaku o. Chushaku o. So, the o is the particle that describes that the word preceding it is the direct object. And then lastly, we have the verb at the end of the sentence, torimasu. So, watashi wa gozen kuji ni chushoku o torimasu. Here, we can rearrange these words. Given the fact that the verb must always be at the end of the sentence, we put the time reference at the beginning of the sentence. So, gozen kuji ni, time reference first, and then the topic particle, watashi wa, then the direct object, chushoku o. So here, we can jumble it. We can have another sentence arrangement, word order arrangement. Watashi wa chushoku o gozen kuji ni torimasu. Here we just exchange the positions of the time reference and the direct object. Or lastly, we can have the direct object first, then the topic at the middle. So, chushoku o watashi wa gozen kuji ni torimasu. Always remember that the verb must be written at the end of the sentence. Also, although we can rearrange the words differently, it is advisable to have the direct object and the verb proximate with each other or near to each other. Because if we use the last part, the direct object at the beginning of the sentence, it may sound too unnatural. although you will be understood, but it sounds natural. The advisable word order is that the direct object and the verb are near with each other. Okay, another last one. This is a lengthy sentence. So we have the topic, watashi, the frequency, itsumo, shichiji goro, toshokan de at the library, Nihongo wo Japanese study benkyou shimasu. I always around at the library Japanese study. So naturally in English it does not sound correct. But in Japanese, again, you can have various word order in sentences and yet be understood. Okay, let's rearrange this. For example, itsumo. So we can put the frequency first, and then toshokan de, the place next, and then the topic, toshokan de watashi wa, and then the time, shichiji goro, at around 7. Then we put the verb and the direct object at the same place. Again, the object and the verb must be as approximate as possible with each other because it sounds natural, more natural than, say, putting the direct object at the beginning of the sentence. Okay? So there, that's how easy the word order in Japanese is. If you have any questions or comments, please comment down below. And if you like my video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I will be posting more videos of the Japanese grammar in the near future. Mite kurete, arigato. Mata aimashou.